Welcome to Real Shit with Ali K, your host. Ali K. Hey everyone, Ali K here. And my topic for tonight is shit you put on pornos nowadays. That's right, I'm talking about porn. Man's best friend. Hell, it can be women's best friend too, because everyone watches it, they like it. Now, it's a very weird subject, but why am I bringing it up? Recently, it's very awkward to talk about it, and no one doesn't want to talk about it because it's like a taboo. It's something that you don't really talk about in public. Why not? I see it as, hey, you're gonna say anything anyway. I'm just using this as a joke, my reference. To me, porno is funny because someone to be paid to sit there and get spunked on, like for a couple of thousands, or hell, they get famous for it because they sit there and, oh, I'm good, man, I'm good, right all over her face. What is that? You know, you sit there and all that shit. It's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is kind of hot. But there's other porns that kind of get you laughing. For instance, I don't care who you are, and I don't give a fuck, because this is funny. Midget porn, for one. Now, if you guys got, and I know it has to be some people out there who find it erotic type of deal, the banging midget, that's you, man. I gotta give it to you. That's your bag. But to me, that shit's kind of hilarious because it's all type of wrong and fucked up in the same time. You know, that's just a whole ball of mess that I don't see anyone can whack off to. Because little people, to me, they are awesome. They're awesome with shit like that. Don't get me wrong. I would like to be friends with a midget. We can have jokes and have adventures. Have myself a little companion. Anyway, I'm off base. But midget porn is something that's so fucked up. Because the things they do to these little people, man. It's like this one porn I saw. It had this midget woman inside a fucking suitcase. And this guy is carrying the suitcase into the motel room, and he's like, "Oh, it's been a long business day. Ugh, I'm glad that I got out of that plane." Unzips the suitcase and pops out goes this little midget, and he's like, "Oh, honey, you scared me." Well, that was a surprise. Now I got a surprise for you. Zip. It's like, what kind of shit is that? It's like, I'm sorry, that shit is hilarious to me. You can't fucking, if you can't crack a smile about a midget being Facebooked after getting out of the suitcase. But this is what I'm thinking. You dragged this bitch in a suitcase and she didn't complain about anything for 13 hours in a plane ride and shit. Where did she shit? What did she eat? Did she eat your underwear? Did she fucking eat your shorts there? You sit there, it's like, what? What's going on? What are you talking about? A little person in a suitcase. I'm surprised she didn't die, man. You're sitting there saying, oh, baby, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm fucking surprised too. She's standing up and she wants sex. Oh, man. But porn kills me. It's nothing but a calamity of jokes. But to move on further on with the story, ninja porn is not the only funny thing out there. Now, I don't care for guys who likes big women. Big women are alright. I like big women too. But now you get into food fixations. You got this food fetishes with porn. Like, what the fuck? That shit is not sexy. It's just, it's retarded. Watch me eat this donut, baby. Now, watch me rub my tits with Cool Whip. What the fuck? And then, next thing you know is you have some person rubbing peanut butter all down there and saying, bitch, come and clean it off. And the guy comes off and cleans it. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you thought I was gonna, you thought I was gonna be a girl. No, other way around. The girl was rubbing peanut butter down there. Yeah, little DJ playing down there. Well, he has to sit there, and all you can hear is something kind of sound like your dog makes when you got something in his mouth and shit like that. Gonna be a good day. Yeah, that type of deal. But anyway, there's just so many fucked up pornos out there that you can't get aroused. It's just funny now. It's so messed up that they can actually do that and think it was hot. And I don't know what is this thing with the fucking bondage type of deal. Oh, hit me harder. What? Domin? What do they call it? Dominatrix or bondage? Or I don't know. They got so many portals out there that's fucked up. And then you also have this wrestling business type of deal. There was actually porno where it's topless women wrestling. Now that's hot. I'm not gonna lie. That shit is. All right. But the question is, why do they have to have muscles? They don't even look like women. But the problem is, on some of the wrestling when they do, it's like the lesbians. You can actually see their tits and out there. Awesome. But in the same token, there's other wrestling ones where they're built as bodybuilders, and that's not a problem. But the problem is, yeah, they look like guys. They buffed their tits out so bad that it flattened the tits into muscle. And how does that work? It's that female anatomy type of deal where you lift so much weight, your tits turn into one huge muscular tit type of deal. You don't even that type of shit. That's another story, another detail. I'll move on. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous now. The pornos out there is just different. And I know what you're thinking, Ollie. You're just a fucking pervert for bringing this stuff out. You may look at me as pervert. However, I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind, and I'm not afraid to tell the truth. If you think I'm the only guy who watches porno, then you're full of shit, just like anyone else. However, I'm just out there to point out the flaws in pornography. It's like, okay, Big Sausage Pizza was funny as fuck. Person thinks they're having a piece of bam. It's just a big way to the box. Here goes your big sausage. Do something about it. And at the end, they scream for a tip. If that ain't funny, then what isn't? And some shit out there. It's like you also have porn that would do movies like, or not even movies too. They also do debates and shit like that, like that whole Obama and the King type of deal. Some of you who know porn stars and stuff like that, you might know what I'm talking about. Who's nailing Palin, and others who are not out there. If you're don't watch porn. I don't care. That's You don't understand what I'm talking about. You really don't have a life, because what I'm talking about is kind of funny. Porn is not only sexual, it's hilarious nowadays. It's nothing but jokes. It's just sex mixed with stand up nowadays. Kind of. So, my salute to them, I would have to say I had to salute to porn, but not in the old fashioned American way, by giving them 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Oh, and that's my salute to porn. So, that was the deal, and that was for real. I'm your host, Holly K. And it's good to be back. Good night, Cincinnati.